Hello, everyone, and welcome to Riding the Wave, a skills workshop for managing emotions, a Wellness Center wellness workshop. Today, we will be covering a few topics. What is dialectical behavioral therapy, mindfulness skills, distress tolerance skills, interpersonal effectiveness skills, and emotion regulation skills. This workshop is modeled after dialectical behavioral therapy. This does not comprise a full DBT treatment, as that would include individual therapy, group therapy, and a licensed DBT professional. This is simply an introduction to DBT skills. Dialectical behavioral therapy, or DBT, is a form of cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, created by Dr. Marsha Linehan in the 1970s. The core skills of DBT are helpful for anyone, as we all struggle with difficult emotions at times and often don't know how to handle them. DBT focuses on how two opposing things can be true. I'm doing the best I can, and I want to do better. DBT provides a framework for managing intense emotions. Some DBT skills include mindfulness, distress tolerance, interpersonal effectiveness, and emotion regulation. Part 1, Mindfulness. Mindfulness is simply the act of noticing without judgment what is occurring. Mindfulness helps us to be present in the moment and experience reality as it truly is. Mindfulness can be broken down into the what skills, which tell you what to do when being mindful, and the how skills, which tell you how to engage in the what tasks. When engaging in what skills, start by observing. Pay attention to events, emotions, and thoughts. Describe, think or write just the facts without judgment or labeling. And participate. Allow yourself to be completely in the moment, engaging in whatever activity you are doing. To engage in the how skills, you want to practice being non-judgmental. Do not judge yourself or anything as good, bad, right, or wrong. Only focus on one task at a time and focus on doing what works for you rather than what is right. One component of mindfulness in DBT is called the wise mind. The wise mind is the combination of the emotional mind and the rational mind. The emotional mind uses feelings to control thoughts and behaviors, which can lead to acting impulsively with little regard for consequences. The rational mind uses facts and logic to create plans and make decisions. The wise mind is a combination of reason and emotion that includes respecting your feelings while responding rationally. The second component of DBT is distress tolerance. Distress tolerance is your ability to manage distress during stressful situations. People with low distress tolerance are more likely to become overwhelmed by stressful situations and might cope with their emotions in unhealthy ways. Low distress tolerance can feel like feeling distressed or upset when it becomes unbearable to me. When I feel distressed or upset, all I can think about is how bad I feel. My feelings of distress are so intense, they completely take over. There's nothing worse than feeling distressed or upset. My feelings of distress or being upset are not acceptable. I'll do anything to avoid feeling distressed or upset. I am ashamed of myself when I feel distressed or upset. And when I feel distressed or upset, I must do something immediately. Which of the following do you identify with? Since distress can lead us to act impulsively, stop helps us slow down and take intentional action. S stands for stop. Do not react. Stop. Freeze. Do not move a muscle. Your emotions may try to make you act without thinking. Stay in control. T stands for take a step back. Take a break. Let go. Take a deep breath. Do not let your feelings make you act impulsively. O stands for observe. Notice what is happening inside and outside of yourself. What is the situation? What are your thoughts and feelings? What are others saying or doing? And lastly, P stands for proceed mindfully. Act with awareness in deciding what to do. Consider your thoughts and feelings, the situation, and other people's thoughts and feelings. Think about your goals. Which actions will make things worse or better? Once you've stopped and given yourself time to proceed mindfully, you may feel uncertain of how to effectively evaluate your options. When feeling distressed or in crisis, it is common to feel an urgency to act, but the hard part is that a crisis disrupts our ability to make choices that fit with our values. Consider using a pro-con chart like this to guide your actions in crisis. Think of a recent time you felt in crisis and struggled to make a good decision. Complete this chart. How was it helpful or unhelpful? Start with the pros. What are the pros of acting on impulsive urges? Giving in, giving up, or avoiding what needs to be done? What are the pros of resisting impulsive urges, doing what needs to be done, and not giving up? Then look at the cons. What are the cons of acting on impulsive urges, giving in, giving up, or avoiding what needs to be done? And what are the cons of resisting impulsive urges, doing what needs to be done, and not giving up? Another DBT distress tolerance skill is accepts. A stands for activities. Focus on your task, a task that you need to complete, or go for a walk. The first C stands for contributing. Help a loved one or surprise someone with something nice. The second C stands for comparisons. Think about a time you felt differently. What was it like? The E stands for emotions. Read emotional books or listen to emotional music. The P stands for pushing away. Leave the situation for a while or deny the problem for a moment to decrease urgency. The T stands for thoughts. Count to 10. Count colors around you, count anything, or repeat the words to a favorite song in your head. And lastly, S stands for sensations. Hold an ice cube in your hand or take a very hot or cold shower. Another distress tolerance skill through DBT is known as TIP. T stands for temperature. By changing our body temperature, we can quickly decrease the intensity of an emotion. Splash cold water on your face or hold an ice cube for 30 seconds. I stands for intense exercise. By engaging in a short, intense cardio exercise, we can de-escalate intense emotions. Expend your body's stored up energy by running, walking fast, or jumping rope. By slowing the pace of our breathing, we can get more oxygen to our brains, which slows down our heart rate and allows us to think more clearly. Breathe deeply into your belly and breathe out more slowly than you breathe in. Lastly, paired muscle relaxation. Practice tensing your muscles as you breathe in for 5 seconds. Notice the tension in your body. Relax your muscles as you breathe out. Pay attention to the feeling. Do this for each muscle group. Progressive muscle relaxation posits that you cannot be in a state of relaxation at the same time as a state of anxiety. By tensing and then releasing your muscles systematically, you create a state of relaxation in your body, which regulates your fight or flight system. In progressive muscle relaxation, you tense a body part for 5 seconds, noticing the tension, and then release for 5 seconds, noticing the relaxation. There are many guided PMRs, but you can do it yourself by starting at your head and tensing and releasing as you go down. Wrinkle your forehead, shrug your shoulders up, clench your fists, clench your abs, squeeze your thighs, curl your toes under, and then tense your whole body. Let's try it together. Squeeze your eyes shut for 5 seconds. Then relax. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears for 5 seconds. Then relax. Clench your fists for 5 seconds. Then relax. Tighten your thighs by squeezing them together for 5 seconds. Then relax. And lastly, tense your entire body for 5 seconds. Then relax. The third core component of DBT is interpersonal effectiveness. Interpersonal effectiveness is about how we show up in relationships, including communicating effectively and setting boundaries. Interpersonal goals could be getting what you want from another person, getting someone to do what you want, saying no to an unwanted or unreasonable request. Another interpersonal goal could be keeping and improving relationships, acting in a way so that the other person continues to like and respect you. And lastly, keeping or improving self-respect could be an interpersonal goal for interpersonal effectiveness, respecting your own values and beliefs and acting in alignment with them. There are also barriers to increasing interpersonal effectiveness, and some of these may include a lack of skill. You may not know what to say or how to act. You might have worry thoughts. You have the ability to do something, but worry thoughts interfere with you doing or saying what you want. Emotions. Anger, frustration, fear, guilt, and other emotions get in the way. Indecision. You can't decide how to act, can't figure out how to balance asking for too much versus nothing. And environment. Other people are too powerful or won't give you what you need. One of the skills that can be used in interpersonal effectiveness using DBT is called GIVE. G stands for gentle. Approach the conversation gently. Speak softly and avoid aggression or hostility. Avoid criticizing and attacking. I stands for interested. Show genuine interest in the other person's perspectives and experiences. Demonstrate active listening and ask questions to understand them better. Be curious. V stands for validating. Validate the other person's feelings, even if you might not agree. Let them know you understand their emotions and that they are valid. Maintain a relaxed and calm attitude during the conversation. Respect the seriousness of the topic at hand, but keep it light when appropriate. Using FAST as a tool, you can use this to set and maintain healthy boundaries during difficult conversations. F stands for fair. Be fair to yourself and others. Treat yourself and others with kindness, respect, and fairness. Avoid being overly critical of yourself or overly demeaning of others. A stands for no apologies. Avoid apologizing excessively or unnecessarily when setting a boundary. Apologize when it is appropriate or warranted, but try not to constantly say sorry for setting a boundary. S, stick to values. Stay true to yourself and your values during these conversations. Don't give in to something or someone who challenges or pressures your core values. And lastly, truthful. Be honest and truthful. Speak your mind openly. Express your thoughts and feelings. Another interpersonal effectiveness skill used in DBT is known as Dear Man. Let's start with Dear. Dear reminds us of what to say. D, describe. Describe the current situation clearly and stick to the facts. E, express. Express your feelings and opinions about the situation. Don't expect others to read your mind. A, assert. Assert yourself by asking for what you want or saying no clearly. R, reinforce. Reward the person ahead of time by explaining positive effects of getting what you want. And now let's look at man. M, mindful. This reminds us of how to say it. And don't forget the objective. Focus on your goals, ignore attacks, and be a broken record if needed. A, appear. Appear confident. Consider your posture, tone, eye contact, and body language. N, negotiate. Note that you might not get everything you want from the interaction. Be open to negotiation. Our next component of DBT is emotion regulation. Emotion regulation is our ability to effectively manage and respond to an emotional experience. We use a variety of emotional regulation strategies to cope with difficult situations. Some are healthy, such as exercise and meditation, and some are unhealthy, such as isolating and abusing substances. The goals of emotion regulation include understanding and naming your emotions, decreasing the frequency of unwanted emotions, decreasing emotional vulnerability, and decreasing emotional suffering. A key element is bringing awareness to emotions by naming them, which can make them feel less ambiguous and distressing. Some emotions are easier or more comfortable to experience than others, but always know that all emotions are valid and important to your experience. Another emotional regulation skill that can be used in DBT is called RAIN. R, recognize the feeling. Take a moment to check in with yourself. What is going on right now? How are you feeling both physically and mentally? A, allow the experience. Try not to be too hard on yourself or suppress your emotions. Allow yourself to feel what you're feeling without judgment. I, investigate with kindness. Learn about the emotion, observing it with an unbiased interest or curiosity. Observe your thoughts and pay attention to where in your body you're feeling these emotions. N, nurture non-identification. Remind yourself that you are not defined by your emotions. Recognize that what you're feeling is temporary and will eventually pass. Another emotion regulation skill that can be used in DBT is called coping ahead. Describe the situation that is likely to prompt difficult emotions. Check the facts, be specific in describing the situation. Name the emotions and actions likely to interfere with using your skills. 2. Describe what coping or problem-solving skills you want to use in the situation. Be specific. Write in detail how you will cope with the situation, your emotions, and action urges. 3. Imagine the situation in your mind as vividly as possible. Imagine yourself in the situation now, not watching the situation. 4. Rehearse in your mind. Coping effectively, including what you can do to cope, especially what to do if new problems come up, and your actions, thoughts, what to say, and how to say it. And lastly, practice relaxation after rehearsing. What if I want to talk to someone about these skills? Come see us in the Wellness Center. We are located on the second floor of Winslow. We are open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30 p.m., and we are closed from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. for lunch. You can schedule an appointment by stopping by the office, giving us a call at 410-857-2243, or using the online system through our page in the McDaniel portal. How can the Wellness Center help? Your first appointment will be an intake. The counselor will share our Pathways to Care model to help you decide which service is right for you. You have 6 to 8 free individual counseling sessions per academic year, though longer-term fee-based options are available. Crisis services, including urgent walk-ins during business hours and on-call counselors outside of business hours, are always available. Thank you so much for attending this presentation on dialectical behavioral therapy. Please contact the Wellness Center with any questions or concerns at wellness@mcdaniel.edu or give us a call at 410-857-2243.